right, today it's a very windy day in Greg's Blue Garage. I've got the Jeep back here, but the project of the day is this beach cruiser that I'm building for a friend of mine. She got it for 25 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. The front wheel had something like 9 broken spokes. Apparently there was a, not a recall, but an issue that affected some spokes on these things. So she ordered a new wheel. I'm pulling an old spoke out of the front wheel to stick it into the back wheel, and thought y'all wanna come along for the ride. So yeah, first step is to explain how awesome earth cruisers are. I live like on the coast, there's not a lot of hills. These earth cruisers are like the best beach cruisers ever. I left one outside behind the Blue Garage for quite a few years. I rode it for years, I parked it outside. It was an all aluminum one. This is a steel one. But then just last September, I pulled it apart, cleaned it up, rebuilt the bearings in the wheels. I think I had to put a new bottom bracket on it, repainted some stuff, and I gave it to my daughter. And it's just such a great basic beach cruiser. So since I don't really have to pull the tire off, I'm gonna try to do this just with the wheel in place, so I can get to the one broken spoke on here. It's rare that I do it like this, but it seems to work. All right, the one broken spoke on this wheel is right here. Here we go. Pull the rim strip out of the way. Pop out the old spoke. These spokes have like these weird little rust spots, and I'm thinking, I wonder what the issue was in the chroming process or whatever, but made for a cheap donor bike. All right, so I've got one of these spokes loosened up, and now I can't remember which one it was. Here it is. If you've never pulled spokes out of one wheel or replaced the spoke, it's super easy. You just take a flathead screwdriver or a spoke wrench, loosen it up. I bought my spoke wrench on Amazon. It was one of these little tripod park tool ones. It's great. It's like, I don't know, 12 bucks, 15 bucks. Save the spoke nipple, and then just kind of try not to bend it like I just did. And then fish it out. I've never actually built a wheel before. I kind of would like to on this one, since I have a spare. Since I have a perfectly good rim, and I just need to order a pack of spokes, so that may be something I'm doing soon. I guess we'll see. I'm hoping I can just fish this out without actually... There we go. There we go. That's it. That's your spoke. Got the spoke nipple. This might be a little trickier than I thought. Let's see. All right, here's what I'm working with. I've got the coaster hub back here. And I've got the little cog. What is it called on a coaster brake? Coaster gear? This thing, whatever it's called. And I'm gonna try to fish the spoke through here. But somehow get it past that. Is that possible? I don't know. I guess I'll start trying. I'll let you know how it goes. If you've never taken off a coaster hub before, you have to, or a coaster brake wheel, you just gotta undo this screw here. There's a little nut on the back. And I have no way to hold my camera in place and still use both my hands. So I'll show you when it's all off. Okay, now this is out. Pull this out of the way, stick that back through, and then just get the nut back on it, just so you don't lose it. Now you get your axle nuts off and you can, yep, that was great. Okay, well, after the accident was taken care of, these bike stands are great, but they can kind of be easy to tip over. And my garage is packed right now with all sorts of crap, so I just have to deal with it. I'm gonna have another video soon of me just cleaning up the garage, so if anyone who likes that stuff. All right, next I'm gonna probably pull this axle out. Now that I'm feeling it, it's not too bad, but it could use some grease. So I'll pull it apart, clean it up. There we go. It was on there. All right, I got the spoke and nipple on. It's a little bit longer than it should be. I'm gonna do something to fix that. Probably not the right way, but I think it should work. fixed. Free spoke replacement from an old wheel to an old wheel. All right, so I'm putting this, putting these cranks back together after just kind of cleaning up the bearings, re-greasing them. Sound okay? I think I'm about ready to put the wheels on and the wheels on, put the chain on, the grips, put the pedals back on. Oh, I gotta put a kickstand on. That was a special request for this bike. And then we'll give it a good bath. Probably should have done that before I started working on it, but maybe I'll do that actually now before I put the wheels on. Making progress. Now I'm gonna put the wheel on. Nope, not gonna put the wheel on, I'm gonna put the pedals on. But first, I'm gonna grease up the threads a little bit. All right, pedals are on. I gotta change the seat, but I'll wait till I put the wheels and the chain on. But now I'm gonna go to time lapse and put the wheels and chain on. Okay, wheels are on, chains on, old pedals are on. I had some pedals I was gonna put on it, but I forgot that 3-piece crank pedals have a different thread size than 1-piece crank pedals. I have not used 1-piece cranks or really done anything with 1-piece cranks in years. I'm trying to see if any of my bikes have 1-piece cranks. Anyways, I guess not. So yeah, I remember that from back in the day. I think last thing, I'm debating on whether or not to change this seat around. I'll have to see what my friend wants to do. She's not super tall, so it may be more comfortable here. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the grips on.